Miss Colomar! We're here to save you!
Hey, lay off the racket, the whole town's asleep.
But I want a drag race! When they get a load of my car, we're gonna be the talk of the town!
You're right. We're gonna have to find a good place to hide that road show. Speaking of hiding, I wonder if Meche is here already. I'm gonna go see what I can stir up. Not a bad piece of real estate, actually. It's got potential.
This guy looks familiar. Mr. Flores, I'm ready to take you now.
Manny Calavera, is that you? Didn't you used to be taller?
I'm here to reclaim that walking stick.
I broke it over the head of some hideous monsters in the forest.
What are you doing here?
Well, if you must know, it's about my wife. I got word that she passed away not long after I, and that she too was crossing the land of the dead on foot. It is said that all lost souls come to Rubacava, so I came here to wait for her.
You must love her very much, Celso.
Yes, this is true. Of course, she also has all of my money.
How do you know your wife hasn't gone ahead of you?
Oh, Manny, if she had arrived here first, surely she would have waited for me.
I'll help you find your wife. What did she look like?
Oh, here, I got this from the DOD and made copies to hand out. Isn't she something?
She must have been beautiful with skin.
Weren't we all?
So, know a good place to stay in town?
What's your price range?
Somewhere around the high end of nothing.
Then maybe, young man, it's time you started thinking about a job.
Can you give me a job here?
Have any skills?
Sales?
Well, that does qualify you for a certain position, but we only have one mop.
Well, I'd better go see how my other clients are doing.
If you say so, Manny.
I hate the way mustard spouts get all crusted like that. The glove compartment on the bone wagon is full of tiny ketchup and mustard packets, not to mention soy sauce. I really don't need any more. I have bigger things on my mind right now than condiments. All these doors have numbers and pictures of food on them. What's number 22?
Lengua.
Wow. It's been a long time since I had a tongue. Hey, how do you open these?
You wait till we start serving, that's how.
Maybe I should place a personal hand.
I tried it, believe me. It attracts the wrong kind of women.
I'm looking for a woman named Mercedes Colomar.
Well, no one's come through town by that name, and you can take it from me. I, too, am looking for someone, so I watch the comings and goings around here very carefully. I'm sorry, Manuel. I've got to get this place ready to open.
Right. I'll let you know if I see your wife.
She'll be the one asking for her beloved Celso.
Are you sure I can't sleep in the back?
There's only room for one.
How about in the attic?
That's the boss's office. You can sleep there when you're the boss.
I could sleep out here on the counter.
Our customers may all be dead, Manny, but we still care about hygiene.
I could sleep under the sink in the kitchen.
The rats would steal your toes in your sleep.
Look, I need a job and I need a place to stay.
I told you, you can have mine when I'm done waiting for my wife.
Glottis would hide that thing. Glottis, you gotta hide that car.
No, all right. Just give me a few more minutes in the driver's seat here.
It's Celso's wife. Actually, I don't think skin would help. I can't throw it away. I said I'd help. I don't really want to do that.
Watch your step around here, stranger. Rubacava ain't the quaint little port town she used to be. Well, hell, looks like there's a new vessel in town. Pardon me whilst I go check her out.
Well, actually, it's mostly stock with a few mods here and there.
So, would those be glass packs I'm hearing, or turbos?
I've always wanted one of those jackets. Glottis, you gotta hide that car.
In a minute, Manny. I'm talking to Mr. Dockmaster here. There was this one high-pitched whine it was making, really grating noise, you know? And I searched and searched, but I couldn't find the source of the noise until we pulled in here.
Was it the blower?
No, it was Manny screaming in the back like a cat tied to a cruise missile.
That's a good one.
Hola.
Hey, Manny, Dockmaster Velasco here says he's got a place we can dry dock the bone wagon for a while.
Oh, yeah. We can't leave a beauty like this out in the fog, or her chrome will get pitted.
Pitted? Did you hear that, Manny?
You folks gonna stay in Rubacava for a spell?
I might be here a while. Is there any work in this town?
Oh, there's lots of work down at the docks, but it's all union work. And I just don't see you in that union.
How do you get around here with all the mist?
When you've strolled these docks as long as I have, Pilgrim, you know where you are by the smell of the sea, by the sound of the lonely foghorn, by the icy touch of the cold, salty air.
Wow. Manny, could I have an eye patch?
Can I just ask, what is under the eye patch? Because I know it's not an eye.
Oh, well, when I was alive, I had an eye patch like this. This one's just for the phantom pain. And that one eye socket used to scream like a banshee when the trade winds blew, so I plugged her.
Well, don't let me interrupt your car talk.
Ah, yeah, where was I? Oh, yeah, so anyway...
Ever seen this woman?
Oh, if this is the woman you're looking for, take my advice. Forget about her. She sailed out of here weeks ago in a cozy portside cabin built for two, and she wasn't alone.
How do you know she sailed out of here? I don't believe it.
It's a tough break, Junior, but you gotta face it. Here, look it up in my port log if you want it in writing. 6 weeks ago on a Tuesday. Ticket for 2, paid in full. I cracked the champagne on the bow myself.
We're here looking for a woman named Mercedes Colomar.
I'm not too good with names. Did she have any distinguishing marks or a tattoo?
Not that she showed me.
Well, like I said, I'm as good with names as you are with the fog.
Hey, Manny, we were in the middle of a conversation here.
Hey, okay.
Look, I know how you feel, son. Once I lost a very special lady myself. I waved to her from the docks as she sailed out of port, and I never saw her again.
What was her name?
The SS Limbo was her name, but don't make me talk about her, because I just can't do it.
You sure a woman named Mercedes Colomar never came through this town?
She might have. I don't know. I told you the first time, I'm no good with names.
Velasco's logbook says Celso's wife took a bunk with a hunk. I can't throw away Velasco's logbook. I'm not done reading it yet. Celso, your wife sailed out of here 2 months ago with another man. It's all in there.
Oh, Manny, is there a greater constant in nature than the treachery of women?
Forget about her, Celso.
Have you forgotten yours? I'm going after her. You take over my job here. This mop at least will never let you down. That compass in the handle will sure come in handy too.
Hey, boss. You gonna come downstairs? I got a customer asking for you.
You know I don't like to mingle with the customers.
Well, you may want to mingle with this one. She sounds like your type.
Well, looks like a quiet night in old Rubacava. To sleep, perchance to have nightmares about spiders and beavers. No moving furniture when I'm in my tux. Can't. What if Meche makes her big arrival and I sleep through it? My wartime communications from Salvador. He's been sending me messages like this for the last year.
Agent Calavera, I have word that you arrived in Rubacava safely. This is great news, as your service to the LSA may now continue. I am pleased to report the successful hatching of the eggs you liberated. The hatchlings, which Eva has named Manny and Meche, are quite healthy and eager to serve our cause. With luck, my next letter will be borne to you across the sky by these young gossamer wings of truth. For the revolution, Salvador Limones.
I'm not done reading it yet, but maybe later.
Calavera, it is indeed a great day for the revolution. Say hola to little Manny, the first enlisted messenger to serve the LSA. Please feed him some breadcrumbs and send him back quickly, so we may know that our maiden flight was a success. Manuel, I am sorry to hear that you have not heard from your Meche. You must be patient, and let your heart remain open. If it is meant to be, you will someday be reunited.
Ha! He still thinks I'm in love with her.
Manuel, we have found the head of the serpent. Using the computer access you provided us, we picked up a thread that led us to the man who corrupted the Department of Death. His name is Hector Le Mans. Once a small-time racketeer, he has grown fat and powerful by robbing the newly dead. Watch out for the name Hector Le Mans, Manuel. And be careful. Dear friend, our movement now has true momentum, and our numbers are rapidly growing. Much of this is due to our communications and intelligence systems, both of which we owe to you. In light of your contributions, I would like to announce your promotion to Special Agent status. I, Salvador Limones of the Lost Souls Alliance, salute you, Manuel Calavera. You are a great ally in this noble revolution. Great news! We've discovered a new secret talent of our tiny messengers. We don't know how they do it, but these mysterious birds can actually find their targets just by looking at a photograph of the addressee. To celebrate, Eva has made them all little berets. I'll send you some pictures. Manuel, I am troubled by reports of you buying the automat and converting it into a nightclub. It's fine for you to be comfortable in Rubacava for your long stay, but I pray you haven't lost sight of the larger goals. It is not this world but the next in which our true glory lies.
I just got this one today.
Beware, Manuel, for you are in grave danger. Somehow rumor has spread on the streets of El Marro of your presence in Rubacava. If this information reaches Hector Le Mans, he surely will send his evil operatives after you. You must give up your search for Mercedes for the time being, and please, be out of Rubacava on the next ship.
I think he's exaggerating the danger a little, but I do feel pretty stupid for putting my name on the big sign.
Hello, Manny.
Hola! I guess Glottis is good at anything that uses keys. Quiet night, huh, carnal?
Day of the Dead ain't good for business, Chief. But last night, remember last night, Manny? Oh, wait!
You think she'll come in tonight?
You know what, Manny? I think she will. I got a feeling tonight's the night.
What's that you're playing?
Oh, this is just a little, love song for a special lady.
Sing a little bit of that song, why don't you?
Well, I only have this part. Bone wagon.
I like it. You know, when we leave, I'm actually gonna miss this place.
Oh, Manny, why can't we just stay here? We got our fancy club, we got 3 squares a day. Max lets me take the bone wagon out on his kitty track once a week. Plus, we look good in these clothes.
Glottis, I can't live in this world forever. It's not where I belong. I've gotta find Meche and help her, because if it weren't for me, she'd have been on that train a year ago.
Okay, Manny.
Well, I'll let you get back to practicing.
I don't need to practice, man. I'm good.
Ah, Amarillo de Oro. A very fine liqueur filled with solid gold flakes. Nothing but the best for my customers. My rich customers. Yes, I better take this with me for safekeeping. Well, maybe just a sip. My bread and butter, thrill-seeking rich folk with a poor grasp of statistics and probability. Not while they're losing. Police Chief Bogen, Rubacava's finest. Rubacava's only, for that matter. You know, some people say you should always walk away from the table when you're on a winning streak.
Oh, yes, but I'm feeling extra lucky tonight.
An honest roulette croupier is hard to find, and guys like this, even harder.
Leader, Noir Perrimanque, number 2. 2 is the winner. Your chips, monsieur.
Merci beaucoup.
Mesdames et messieurs, faites vos jeux s'il vous plaît. Ladies and gentlemen, please place your bets. Mesdames et messieurs, rien ne va plus. Les jeux sont faits. Ladies and gentlemen, betting is closed. No more bets, please.
Everything okay down here?
I'm going to need some more chips if Monsieur Lucky does not call it a night soon. Le numéro gagnant, le 2, Noir Perrimanque, 2, Black. Mesdames et messieurs, faites vos jeux s'il vous plaît. Ladies and gentlemen, please place your bets.
Chowchilla Charlie in his regular booth.
Mesdames et messieurs, rien ne va plus. Les jeux sont faits. Ladies and gentlemen, betting is closed. No more bets, please.
Mind if I sit down, Charlie?
Of course not, Manny. I mean, it is your club, right?
Right. So what are you doing in it? Didn't I tell you not to come back until you can pay your bar tab?
Oh, or they kicked me out of that cat track for printing fake betting stubs. So now I have to come here, Manny, which I love.
How did you print fake betting stubs?
With this. Isn't she beautiful? The last time I was incarcerated, I shared a cell with the most dishonest con man I ever met. He was strictly small time, and I managed to steal this from him quite easily.
Thanks. You never know when this may come in handy.
Hey, give that back to me, Manny.
Maybe once you settle your bar tab, eh, Charlie?
Oh, Manny.
That's a nice suit. Where'd you steal it?
Manny, if you learn to play the odds like Chowchilla Charlie, then maybe you too can have a suit this fine someday.
Why aren't you over at the roulette tables?
The roulette is for lonely widows and Frenchmen. Why don't you get some slot machines, Manny? Everybody, old women, little children, they all love slot machines. And I have a system, an infallible system for beating them.
All my friends are lonely widows and Frenchmen.
Except me, Manny. I'm here to keep you sane.
I think slot machines attract an undesirable element.
Oh, well, we're all undesirable, Manny.
Yeah, but your credit's no good to boot. Tell me your system, Charlie.
I can't tell you my secrets, just this. You have to become one with the bandit, Manny. You have to get inside the machine and make it want to pay.
On second thought, stay away from my roulette tables. What else can you counterfeit?
Nothing. Anything.
So can you make passports?
Manny, you still think like a living man in so many ways. No soul needs a passport. We are all citizens of the same nation, and our king rides a pale horse.
So no passports?
No, that little hologram is so tricky, you know?
How about driver's licenses?
Sure. Just, give me a recent picture, $50 in, about 2 weeks, okay?
When I think of something I need, I'll come back.
I'm not a wishing well, Manny.
Well, I've got a club to run, so...
Oh, yes. Please, Manny. Get on with your glamorous life.
Sounds good.
I know it.
Looks like Lupe's been in the sugar again. Evening, Lupe.
Hi, Manny. I have to tell you about my new organizational system for the coats.
Think she'll come in tonight?
Manny, you ask me that every night. What am I supposed to say?
You're supposed to say, yes, I think tonight's the night.
Yes, I think tonight's the night that you finally go nuts from waiting for the grand entrance of Ms. Mercedes Colomar.
Let's try that again, shall we? Think she'll come in tonight?
Yes, I think tonight's definitely the night.
Thank you. It's my fault she's out in the woods alone, you know.
If you say so, Manny.
Well, you could be a little more encouraging.
I just hate seeing you get your expectations up every night like that.
I'm not giving up on her.
Hey, I don't want you to give up on Mercedes. Just have more realistic expectations, that's all.
How's the flow tonight?
We're dead tonight, Manny. Everybody's back home for the Day of the Dead, I guess. Except for the casino. The casino's hopping. Why is it that all the people who don't go home are the same people who just love to gamble?
Well, I guess when you've got nothing to go home to, you've got nothing to lose.
Hey, we should put that over the door.
Everything okay back in the land of fur and fedoras?
Everything's in order. It's beautiful. I can't wait for people to come in and try the new system. It's so cool. Want to hear about it?
Okay, back to work.
But my system.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Meche?
Manny, help me. I've been lost for so long. Why didn't you look for me?
I did. You ran off. Why?
Because you said I was no good. I've been all alone in the world for a whole year. And it's all because of you!
an annual thing with you, Manny? Every Day of the Dead, you toss your bones into the drink and I fish 'em out?
I don't plan to be around that long, Velasco. As soon as I find out where that ocean liner's going, I'm after it.
Ho ho! That ship's going to Puerto Zapato. That's the other side of the world. Ain't no ships going out that way but the old Limbo here,
But nothing. If the Limbo's my only hope, then I'm already on board.
Well, good luck, son. That's all I got to say.
Not a bad little ship in a bottle you got going there.
Yeah, well, there's that Rubacava craft fair next week, and also...
Hey, sailor.
Quit fooling around.
Hey, let me see that.
I'll break it over your head if you reach for it again.
Here, let me help you with that.
There's some things a man's got to do for himself.
That Dockmaster Velasco is one salty old bag of rope.
You should see his wife.
What's going on in that bottle? A tugboat?
This happens to be a perfect scale replica of the SS Limbo. I'm just having a little trouble getting the walking beam to fit in the neck here.
That's funny, because a lumbago is usually more of a problem in the lower back than the neck. Nothing.
All right, so I'm ready to sail.
On what?
On the Limbo, man. Let's go.
Manny, the Limbo's not a passenger ship. She's small cargo, son. And every hand on board works.
I'll work.
What are your skills?
Sales and restaurant management.
Oh, hey, there is one opening on the Limbo's crew.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's in the engine room. And your buddy Glottis would be perfect for it, but he'd have to get his own tools.
What kind of tools does Glottis need?
Authentic CB equipment only.
Where do I get authentic CB equipment?
Why don't you ask a CB? Afraid of getting stung?
Okay, if I get Glottis some tools, can we board?
He can, yes. No offense, Manny, but there's just no place for you aboard the Limbo. She's fully manned already. In fact, her whole crew's on board, ready to sail at dawn. Except for that one guy.
Who's the one guy who hasn't boarded yet?
Yeah, well, Seaman Arrange's a little late, but he'll be here before they sail.
What if Naranja doesn't show up? I can fill his spot, right?
Manny, you're not even in the Maritime Union.
I know that, and you know that, but we're two guys who can keep secrets, right?
Glottis is exempt, but the captain will ask for your card. And if you don't have one, they'll serve you to the sharks like chum. And what's worse, I'll get fined. That's a tough union, boy, and I don't mess with them.
What job did Naranja have?
He ran the galley.
Aha! Restaurant management.
Yeah, it's similar to what you're doing now. Except the fish is fresher on the Limbo.
Where do you think Naranja is?
Probably home selecting recipes for the trip.
So let me get this straight. If I get Glottis some tools,
Then I can get him a job on the Limbo.
and if Seaman Naranja doesn't show up for work,
But he will,
and I get a Maritime Union card,
which you'll never get.
then I can sail on the Limbo in the morning.
Jeez. I guess so.
I'd better go finish packing.
You do that, son.
The SS Limbo needs a little TLC. Yeah, maybe Velasco wouldn't notice. I never was that good at the high jump. Dang, these short legs. It's locked.
I know, I locked it.
It shone pale as bone as I stood there alone, and I thought to myself how the moon that night cast its light on my heart's true delight, and the reef where her body was strewn.
Don't have that kind of equipment. These bees don't seem too busy. Cold one, huh, Terry?
Yeah, it's always cold when you're unemployed, Manny.
Who's unemployed? Aren't you guys in the union?
The union? They don't look after us little guys. They're run by the coppers. And you of all people should know, Manny, that the cops are in bed with the gambling joints.
Hey, I run an honest joint. We ain't in bed with nobody.
What about the protection money?
We pay every week. On the nose, through the nose, like an honest place should.
See what I mean? This town is just a big conga line of hustlers, all laughing and dancing and scratching each other's backs.
If the union is crooked, why don't you register a complaint?
That's a good one, Manny. Did you hear that, guys? He thinks we should register a complaint.
If the cops own the union, and gambling's in bed with the cops...
Yeah, and then who really runs the gambling, right? Well, no offense, but Maximino is really the big boy in town, obviously. But word is, he gets his orders from some hardcore gangsters in El Mero. Yeah, that fancy cat track is really just a big laundromat, if you get my drift.
Why aren't you guys up there working?
You don't know the deal down here on the docks, do you, Manny? If you want to get the jobs, you have to pay the unions extra dues. And that ain't cheap. We don't pay, and so they put us on barrel duty.
Why don't you just pay the union off then?
We got our pride, Manny. We're straight stingers, you know? Not to mention we just don't have any cash to spare now that we're not working. I mean, it's like a problem where, the solution makes the problem, worse.
Like a catch-22?
Yeah, wow. I wish I knew words like that.
I think you're just a bunch of complainers.
You don't know what it's like, man. Every day we come down here, we try and make an honest living. We find out that you gotta be a crooked bee to win down here. He knocks the pollen out of you, man. He makes you weak.
You bees are being exploited. You should do something about it.
Yeah, what can we do? We're just a handful of unorganized drones. We don't know nothing about nothing except just how to take it on a chin.
Since you're not using your tools, think I could borrow them?
Well, we sold them to feed our families.
Then how are you ever gonna work?
I told you things were messed up down here, Manny. I told you.
Hey, can I borrow one of your union cards?
What, are you kidding? You know how much I had to pay Chowchilla Charlie to get mine?
You guys know a seaman naranja?
Nah, CBs and sailors don't mix.
But you're in the same union.
Well, maybe so, but some traditions are sacred there, Manny.
You bees gotta be strong.
Things just aren't the way they should be down here, Manny. It's like the worker bees, they do all the work. But we can't affect it's like the way that things are produced should be controlled by, we should, forget it. I'm just a dumb, hungry, out-of-work bee.
What's the buzz, boys?
It's bad down here, Manny. It's like we want to control the means of things and stuff, you know?
You bees gotta be strong.
Easy for you to say, topsider.
Casket just doesn't have the zing of Calavera Cafe, you know? It's attached pretty well. Hey, look! Deadbeats! More hip cats. Hi, what's your name? Crazy.
But don't you see, when the government fades away, so will our troubles.
Ah, nonsense. We will always need some armed force to fight off the return of capitalism.
That sort of fascist thinking is as dead as you are, comrade. When we get rid of all the guns, that's when people will begin to self-police, and the public opinion alone will keep them from committing crimes.
Hola, trust funders.
Hey, look who's making the scene. It's Manny Calavera, the up, the down, the backside of the Nouveau Riche.
Beat it, dinner jacket. We're talking about things you wouldn't understand, like truth and beauty.
Buenas noches, comrades.
Hey, Manny, no offense, but we don't have time for establishment types like yourself.
What makes you guys think I'm so establishment?
You smell like bacon and oppression, man.
¿Qué? Hey, kids.
Sorry, Manny, no room for the bourgeois in our revolution.
Yeah, man, no room for the big fat cat from the uptown party that didn't send our invitations to the working class.
Hola.
What of it, Mr. Wheeler, Mr. Dealer, Mr. Loves the apples but hates the apple peeler?
Hola.
Get a whiff of your privilege, your big belches of entitlement. I'd vomit, but there's no food in my belly, 'cause I won't play the man's game.
Hola.
I hear the driver of a station wagon, the owner of a pasta maker, the hollowed-out husk of a cat who remembers to button down his collar but forgets his brother in the street.
Hola.
Another visit from the ghost of capitalism, rattling the chains that restrains him, his umbilical cord to the almighty dollar.
Hola.
You put the man in Manny, and I say you get the cold shoulder bone from now on.
Hola.
Oh, fade out.
Looks like it's open mic night. Testing? Testing. All right! Who's ready to rock and roll? Maybe later then, okay?
So what is up with airplane food anyway?
Is he trying to be funny?
I mean, it's so small and not that good.
There's nothing funny about being dead, comrade.
Life is pain, death is worse. My funny bone must have fell off in the hearse.
Anyone out there know where I can find some tools?
The only tool in here is you.
Yeah, tool of the government, monkey wrench of the man.
Is there an Anselmo Naranja in the audience tonight?
He's down at Toto's place getting carved.
If he's not passed out under a dock somewhere.
Hey, can anyone out there help me get into the Maritime Union?
Hey, we're into organizing labor.
Not sabotaging labor.
Orale, you've been a great audience. Good night, Rubacava.
Lola? What are you doing here? This crowd doesn't go much for souvenir pictures, except maybe of Lenin.
Shh! Manny, I'm on a stakeout. I'm gonna prove to Maximino once and for all that Olivia's no good for him.
Still hung up on Max, eh? Take my advice, Angel. Forget about him. He's a gambling racketeer.
Like you.
Oh, that hurts, baby.
Hey, shh! Here they come.
Come on, sugar. How about a kiss for the road?
Oh, ick. Don't let me down, Nick. You're a lawyer. You're not supposed to have feelings.
I don't, but I know a good tart when I see one. Hey! If Maximino sees that, we're going to end up in matching terracotta pots.
Don't be silly. He wouldn't hurt me. He loves me. Manny, at last we're alone. Tell me, How are the bourgeoisie?
Fine. How's Max?
Oh, Gramps, don't start.
What are you doing with a snake like Nick?
I'd lay it on you, Manny, but I don't think you'd get it.
Messing around with your boyfriend's lawyer is pretty dangerous.
Oh, maybe I was wrong. You do get it.
I'm a little worried about Lola.
That's because she's doomed, Manny. She fell in love with Maximino. That's the one mistake I never made.
You think Nick would hurt her?
Only if he finds her, and take it from me. He's not good at finding things.
Well, catch you later, hip chick.
Keep practicing that lingo, man. You'll get it.
Just a dab will drop you. Hey man, you didn't see me put the secret ingredient in these coffin shooters, did you?
Relax. Olivia stole the recipe from me in the first place.
Yeah, she steals from the rich and gives to me to poor.
The sink is full of dirty hookah water. I'm not gonna drink dirty hookah water, and I can't carry it with my bare hands. I don't get the feeling those cleaning supplies are used much around here. I don't really need a bunch of cleaning supplies. Let the waiter clean up after himself. Nothing in the dishwasher. Not to sound like a capitalist oppressor, but I have people who do that for me now. Ooh, food waste. As soon as I think of a use for stinky food waste, I'll give it a shot. These plates are filthy. Dirty plates can stay put. I'm not gonna eat off of dirty plates, and I'm not going to clean them. Strong stuff. That ought to kill the pain. Hello? No effect. Testing? Testing. Good evening. I like to read a poem. The phone is for you. Eruption. Rise up. Or is it weak? Clam bake. Myself. Inside a dream, inside a dream, inside a dream. I ache. Forgive these 5 sins. A single calcified tear. And tomorrow, everythingness. Lugubrious. Clam bake. Unify. Rectify. Can you see what I'm smelling? I crave disappointment. I am not dead. Ashes to ashes. The lie. Innerness.
Can you hear me saying nothing?
And what's worse, it lingers.
Turning the battleship.
I am more than dead.
Like pow.
Skibby-bop-bop. Skibby-bop-bop. Eating through your brain. Confuse yourselves.
Painkiller. Pain. Killer.
Bones, bones, bones. Does he hear? Hear? I am severely touched.
Falling.
Go.
Go.
Sing it, sister.
I curl into a fist.
Break the mirror with your silence. You said this to me in your sleep.
Eating only spiders and leaves.
Meaning?
Beholding.
Don't pet the cat that way. Is it you or am I you? The darkness. The end.
Gracias. Muchísimas gracias.
So, what did you think of the poem?
I liked it. It was sad and beautiful, like my mother.
I despised it. It was too short, said nothing to me, like my father.
I had no feelings about it. It was aloof and licked itself too much, like my cat, Mr. Trotsky.
Labor organization and revolt made easy. Hey, can I borrow this book?
Why? So you can freak out our plans for organizing labor and go rat us out to your pal, Chief Bogen?
Hey, I'm just looking for something to read on the can, all right?
No dice, Cummerbund.
Little dark in here, don't you think?
Dark and cold, like the hearts of men.
You know, I'm thinking of buying this place.
Really? I thought about buying yours for a while, but then I just decided to ask my boyfriend Max to buy it for me.
You can have it. I'm leaving town.
Manny, you sound so exciting all of a sudden. Why are you leaving town?
Johnny Law, baby. You see, I'm a grifter. I'm bad news.
Yeah, right. You're running after that ghost chick everyone says you're still so uptight about. Well, I have a poem I wrote just for you. Pay attention because it's pretty short. Here it goes.
Open mic night seems like a big hit.
It always takes those timid souls a while to get up the nerve.
Maybe it would help if you went up there and started things rolling.
Oh, Manny, read poetry in my own club? That would be like this whole place was just a big temple set up to worship me.
Oh, come.
Okay, the phone is for you. Eruption. Rise up. Or is it wake? Clambake. Myself. Inside a dream, inside a dream. I ache. Forgive these 5 sins. A single calcified tear, and tomorrow everything nests. Lugubrious, clambake, unify, rectify. Can you see what I'm smelling? I crave disappointment. I am not dead. Ashes to ashes. The lie. Innerness. Can you hear me saying nothing? And what's worse? It lingers. Turning the battleship. I am more than dead. Like pow. Ski, bee, ba, ba, eating through your brain. Confuse yourselves. Painkiller. Painkiller. Bones, bones, bones. Does he hear? Hear? I'm severely touched. Falling. Go, go, go. Sing it, sister. I curl into a fist. Break the mirror with your silence. You said this to me in your sleep, eating only spiders and leaves. Meaning? Beholding. Don't pet the cat that way. Is it you? Or am I you? The darkness.
Hey, you stole my poem.
Consider it an homage.
Hey, how about another poem?
Okay, alive. We slept. Life's just some rapid eye movement. In a warm, cozy bed. Buried, we wake. The flesh dream is over, Daddy. Now that we're all crazy dead.
That was great.
Yeah, but that's the last one.
Hey, how about another poem?
Okay, ashes to ashes. To ashes, to ashes, to ashes, to ashes. To ashes, to ashes, to me. To ashes, to ashes, to ashes, to ashes.
That was great.
Yeah, but that's the last one.
Hey, how about another poem?
Okay, I called my cat Boney, till she said it wouldn't do. I said, why? She said, sister, 'cause that's what I've been calling you.
That was great.
Yeah, but that's the last one.
Hey, how about another poem?
Okay, last one, folks. With bony hands, I hold my partner. On soulless feet, we cross the floor. The music stops, as if to answer. An empty knocking at the door. It seems his skin was sweet as mango when last I held him to my breast. But now, we dance this grim fandango. And will for years before we rest.
That was great.
Really, this time I just don't have any more.
Well, catch you later, hip chick.
Keep practicing that lingo, man. You'll get it. What are these? Who is Salvador Limones?
Olivia, what kind of revolutionary are you?
Who said I was a revolutionary? Still, I should study up. It could impress the customers.
Hey, did I ever tell you guys that you remind me of my friend, Salvador Limones?
Salvador Limones is a fairy tale, a spook story the man tells the masses as he puts them to sleep.
Idiot! Salvador Limones is a very real and a very great man.
He also writes a mean letter.
What is this? I, Salvador Limones, salute you, Manuel Calavera?
A great ally in this noble revolution.
You really know Salvador Limones? What's he like?
Why didn't you tell us you were a freedom fighter, Manuel?
I can't talk about my underground gig, man, where I put the whole scene in Dangerville.
Wow, heavy.
Hey, I've got a split, so,
Viva la revolución.
Oh, man.
Hey, did I ever tell you guys that you remind me of my friend, Salvador Limones?
We hear you, Daddy.
Would you cats mind if I dug on this book for a while?
Knock yourself out, brother.
Labor Organization and Revolt Made Easy. Chapter 1. The workers shall control the means of production. Ooh, better not show that to Glottis. Looks pretty dry. I'll save it for tonight when I'm trying to get some sleep.